Hey, what's up, comic book people? It's your boy J Rock. Today we're gonna be doing a overview of the Batman by Grant Morrison, Volume 1 Omnibus. Now, we'll show off artwork on the dust jacket, then the build of the book, then we'll get into the extras. Okay, this is the cover. Yellow font, nice big letters let you know who wrote it, Grant Morrison. Nice cover. This is artwork by Joshua H. Williamson. The new DC logo there. Binding is yellow letters, which is perfectly fine. On the new one, I believe it's same style, but they're blue instead of yellow, but they match well together. This is the back of it. It's getting you, IGN, all these other reviews from different companies. And the material that's included will be right here. Batman 6, so and so. You could just pause it and see what issues are there. These other issues. Now there's a few things missing that we'll get into once I flip through the pages. Alright, this is the inside of the book. See, like a Batman hanging upside down. And on the volume 2, it's introvert. Like, this will be black and this will be white. So that's kind of interesting the way they did that. Same spine, just different colors. Color scheme. This is the back. Now let's get to the binding. It has a nice hole here. You want to see this. You want it to have this. Make sure this isn't ungluing as well. It looks good. Lays pretty flat. When you have that, it lays pretty flat. When you don't have that, that pages will, they'll be kind of like that, and you'll get gutter loss. So it's pretty good. It's a nice splash page. Look, you 2-page spread. You don't get see, when you get that good binding, you don't get much gutter loss, so that's good. Very creative artwork here. We will get into that in a review. See, look at how they do the panels. Let's go to the bonus features and the table of content. Here you give writers, artists, pencilers, letters, inkers, and so forth. Same back here. Here, this is more like who created the book itself. Who decided to put the issues in this order and whatnot. And here you get the issues. This will be 3 trades. You'll get the Batman and Son trade paperback. You'll get the Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul trade paperback, and it shows you each issue where it starts on page 249, 273. So that's pretty cool. And then you get the Batman Rest in Peace trade paperback. So this goes a little over 636 pages. Here you get what's it say, lightning magic privilege, little like interview with Grant Morrison and how they came up with the idea to come up with this story and what type of stories he's trying to tell and so forth. This is pretty cool. So when you read this, you get an idea of what they were going for, and then after you read it, your decision if you think they delivered on that. Now here's the first issue. This one doesn't really have a cover, but some of the other ones, they have the covers, but they don't have the numbering system. Well, let me show you what I mean. Okay, here for example, issue ends. This is the cover to the next issue. I don't know if this is the actual cover in the actual single issues, but see, it has no lettering, no letting you, even if it has some letters here letting you know the next issue starting. Doesn't tell you that, but at least you know it's a cover, so you know this issue ended and the next issue starting. So that's still pretty cool, because I like it to show the cover so I know one issue ended, go back, read later, and so forth. They don't have this on the back, so you know that was a cover. This is the beginning to the next issue. But see how it doesn't tell you the number. But right here we'll know because it's page 57. So we'll go back to the beginning and it'll be right here. Issue Batman and Son. That's the new issue starting. Batman and Son. It's Batman issue 656, printed in 2006 originally. So that would be the cover, I guess, to Batman 656 or whatever. So that's one thing I kind of didn't like. It doesn't show the actual number. Like, see, they could have just done this, like these letters, but on the cover of this other one. This is the end of the book, and I thought they did a pretty good job of guiding you to what you would need to read next. It says your final crisis, so get yourself that trade paperback or that omnibus, and you would read that before you read Batman Volume 2 of this. But you could read Volume 2 of the omnibus, and you'll be alright, but it will add more to the story if you buy that other book as well. But they do a good job of ending this one in a situation where you could just skip to the second volume without needing that final crisis. This is the bonus material, is just showing you variant covers. These are just covers. So the bonus material on this isn't the greatest, it's just a few variant covers. Now let me get to another part of this omnibus I found interesting. Okay, here for example, we get in a storyline of the resurrection of Ra's al Ghul. He comes back to life. One issue ends here. Now there's some issues missing, but the issues that are missing, it'll give you this one page where it pretty much explains everything that happened on that issue that's not included. So it shows you here a quick synopsis of everything that happened in the missing issue, and there's a different artist and so forth, and it explains to you down here, oh, this was on issue so and so. That was pretty cool that at least they explain what happened in between in between this issue, and this is the cover to the next issue. So the story continues. So I do like that it at least gives you this page so you're not completely lost. And this is actually a pretty good story, and this just includes Batman by Grant Morrison issues. The issues in between, it's like a crossover, so it ties in with Robin, the Robin issue whatever, and Batgirl issue whatever, and those are not included in here. It only includes the Batman ones, and this is where that story would continue, is on those. And since this is a Grant Morrison book, it doesn't include them. And I thought this was actually a pretty cool story that they had going on here. So it kind of sucks it didn't include them, and all the big moments are just told to you this way very briefly. But people tell me that when you actually read them, they're not that great, and that it's actually better here because you get all the big moments, so it seems more interesting. So take that with a grain of salt. I can't judge one way or the other because I have not actually read those missing issues. I do not own that trade or those issues, but I could tell you that covers enough. It explains it good enough where you don't feel lost. You know, you have a pretty good idea of what happened. Here it's sewn binding, you can see the sewing here, so it's very good quality. These pages are thick, a lot thicker than the Marvel omnibuses have. And I think this is a good size. Any thicker than this, I wouldn't like it because it can affect the binding, and when you the sewing, it doesn't hold the pages as well if they're thicker. So it's kind of better that they're thin. Also looks better on the shelf. Okay, I don't want to flip to too much more. This happens again because there's another like 2 more missing issues where that same thing happens, because again they're not Batman issues, so they don't include them in here. I kind of almost wish they did. But some people say they just drag the story out and you get the same, you still figure out the same stuff on a shorter amount of time, so that they're skippable. So like I said, if you really want to read them, get them digitally, get the singles or get the trade. Alright guys, so that's all I got for you today. Before we log off, I'll let you know this book goes for $75 cover price. You could probably find it online around $50-$60. For the quality, it's a nice hardcover, oversized pages, thick, sturdy pages as well. Sewn binding. I think it's a real good deal at that price. The only downside to this is that you don't get those couple of issues that are tie-ins. They weren't included in here. So if you're a completionist, you might want to get the trade paperback instead, because it includes that and you get the full experience. But they do make up for it by giving you a quick synopsis of what happens, so you still get a rough idea of what went down in the missing issues. Also, if you want it in a nice premium format, you're probably better off going with this. So it just all depends. Hopefully watching this video helps you make a more informed decision on if you want to buy this or not. And I guess that's all I got for you guys today. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so it could let you know on your feedback. It'll keep you updated when my next video's up. If you like seeing videos like this, I will load more of this type of videos as I read more of these omnibuses or I buy more of them. And also go ahead and hit that like button if you like the video or you like the book. And also if you do subscribe, stay tuned for in the near future. I'm almost done reading this book. I'll be doing a review on the actual story itself and what I think about it. So if you like watching those type of videos, maybe you read the story but you like hearing other people's opinions, see what they got from it. It can be totally different from what you got, or it could be exactly the same. So if you like watching that stuff, go ahead and hit that subscribe and that bell. If you hit that bell, it'll notify you on your notifications every time I upload a new video. That way you never miss a beat. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. Go ahead and post your comments on the bottom, what you thought about the story, and if you plan on watching that review video, that way I hurry up and finish reading it quicker. Alright guys, I'll check you guys out next time.